Let's not bring candles living in fear. In this mean old world, what we need is love. Gotta have this love. The world needs you. What will you do? A channel of flows through. Heal you through and through. The world needs you. And hurt me, it never ends. Gotta say goodbye to my good love. You made me cry, cry too much. Gotta say goodbye to my good love. You made me cry, cry too much. While they hate and speculating about that paper, I feature. Burn them eyes, make that fire move on higher. I feature. Green fame to the name, make them change it. I feature. While they hate and speculate, anticipate it. I feature. While they hate and speculating about that paper, I feature. Burn them eyes, make that fire move on higher. I feature. Green fame to the name, make them change it. I feature. While they hate and speculate, anticipate it. Everybody dance around loud as you can't stop hard, put your feet on the floor. Ain't nobody fly like you, lift it up, turn around.
Support the growth of your favorite digital show with just a text. Support Larry Reid Live by texting GIVE to 404-800-4530. Text GIVE to 404-800-4530 today.
It's Monday. Turn your TV off, turn your radio off, because Larry Reid Live is on. And I'm going to catch you up with what's going on in our world, in our culture. Well, I ain't doing no politics today because I ain't really, sometimes when it comes to some of these stories, I be like, I just can't see myself just sitting here and reporting on just something just because it's happening. It gotta be something I can sink my teeth into and we can talk back and forth and y'all call in and we jaw jack and it be really fun, exciting, and we learn at the same time. So some stuff I just ain't gonna talk about. But there's a lot of stuff going on. Y'all know Bill Cosby right now, he's getting sentenced. I think they say it's gonna take 2 or 3 days. We're gonna find out whether or not he gets 0 to 10 days. Somebody else said it may be 30, I said days, 0 to 10 years. Somebody else said it may be 30 years. We don't know. I think it's rather dumb to put a 159-year-old man in the prison. It don't make no sense to me. Just put him somewhere else. I don't know. Just set him in a cabin in the woods, and where it ain't got no running water, and he have to go to the river to fetch his own stuff, something like that. I just don't see the point of putting him in jail. I just don't think it's whatever. But anyway, he's about to get sentenced, and so that's going on. And then, Tamar and Iyanla Van Zant, they got in a fuss, because she sat down with all of the Braxtons. She walked out. Then Tamar walked out. Tamar called her by her real name, Rhonda, and said, Rhonda is a devil. She's a witch. She's a demon. And Iyanla is actually suing her because she said it's defamation of her reputation. So you got that going on. Kanye West, he bought the front cover of the New York Times because he's promoting his white-on white Yeezys by Adidas, and they really nice. And I think I had seen a shoe that was white-on white not too long ago, and I happen to like Adidas. I like Nike more than anything, but then I also like Adidas. So I might have to get, y'all know how much that shoe is? See if you can Google and see how much the shoe is. But it depends on how much the shoe is, whether or not I get it. If it's a whole bunch of hundreds, I'm going to have to wait because I got some other stuff I got to do first. And then Erica Campbell and Warren Campbell, the gospel Beyonce and Jay-Z, came out with a new song. So there's a whole lot of stuff that is going on. But I only can talk about a little bit of the stuff. I can't talk about all of the stuff. So I'm just going to start with Tiger Woods. I'm going to talk about something I heard Prophet Todd Hall say. For those of you who don't know who that is, what was the name of that group? Guy? And there was a guy in the name Aaron Hall. It's Teddy Riley and them. That's his brother. And then you got Matthew Stevenson. Yeah, that's it. How much is it? Let me see. 220. This is the shoe I was telling y'all about. Here it is. That's a bad shoe. I don't know if y'all can see that. Because it's white on white. Can you see that? Oh, y'all can't see it. Why your screen so bright? It's 200. It's the Yeezy Boost color triple white. It's bad though. I like that. But put it up on the thing so folks can see what the shoe look like. But he bought the New York Times. Who was that? Supreme done the same thing not too long ago, and it made the sales go up, and even other countries picked it up, so it's sold everywhere. Kanye is smart. Him and his wife Kim know how to stay in the news. Okay, but anyway, so we're gonna talk about Tiger Woods, Todd Hall, Lady April Washington. We got another Lady Paula Brown situation where actually Lady Paula Brown need to pay attention to what Lady April is doing, because she's going to sue the church and sue the board members, which is exactly what Lady Brown need to do. Y'all need to tell Lady Paula Brown that got kicked up out of the house because Bishop did not protect her, and because Deborah Crow and the Pilgrim Church want her to get out of their house so she can move in there. Y'all need to tell her to go and sue the board and sue the individuals. Because she's doing that, now the TV done picked it up, and all over their city, there's broadcasting this story everywhere. I got some of the documents. I want to know what y'all think concerning it. It's going to be very, very interesting story. But we're going to end the show with Matthew Stevenson. There is actually, this video has went super viral. More viral than any video we had talked about concerning Matthew Stevenson. This particular video has had about 600,000 views between my page and two other Facebookers that I saw. All together, there's about 600,000 views. That's over 500,000 people that are talking about this video. So I'm going to play that video, and we're going to talk about it and break it down, and I want you to call in and tell me what you are thinking. Now, there's so many. Oh, you got the shoe up there now. You want them to see the shoe? Okay, we're going to let y'all see the shoe. This is the shoe that I was talking about. This is a bad shoe. This here is a bad shoe. You can just bring it over. Let's sit right on top of me. This a bad shoe. Look at that. Y'all don't like that. And see, I don't usually like shoes that got the white bottom like that, because I always think it's orthopedic. Even if it's by Nike or Reebok and the sole is real white like that, I don't like no thick white sole on nothing. I don't care how many colors is in that shoe. I just don't like it. But I love a sneaker, especially a sneaker boot. But this right here, I gotta say, this is a bad shoe. Let me know what y'all think about the shoe in the comments. I'll see what you say. I'll go back and see what you say, but I like the shoe. $220, Kanye said you can have this here shoe. I like it. And I'm a sneaker man. I'm a t-shirt and sneaker man joggers every single day. That's what I like to do. Okay, let's talk about Tiger Woods. Now, y'all know how Tiger Woods went through a whole lot of changes over the last few years. Now, this is what I think. The reason why Tiger went through so many changes and couldn't keep his peen and his draws, and I don't know what it is, but the actually sex therapist done a profile on him and actually suggested that he was a nympho, that he literally had a sex addiction problem. And I think his wife, I can't think of her name, Ellerin. I think his first wife's name was Ellerin. It started with an E. A little white girl. You know, he liked the white women. He liked snow bunnies. Ain't nothing wrong with snow bunnies. I like snow bunnies too. I love white women. I like light-skinned black women, but I appreciate all women of all colors and sizes. It does not matter. Of course, I got my preferences. I have my preferences, and he preferred Snow Bunny. So his first Snow Bunny was like, okay, you know, I can't fill up with you. I done find out you done did all this kind of stuff, and plus you got a drug problem. I just can't. I can't fill up. All these endorsements he lost. Look, he became a professional golfer when he was a teenager. I think he was a fresh 20 years old. If not still 19. I think he was a fresh 20 years old, and here he is. You know, he's a star. And so he done went through a whole bunch of changes where, you know, he went through really, really, really bad. Okay, so he went from on the chart. Now, it's just like gospel music or secular music. There is a chart to where the rankings are in the chart when it comes to an athlete, particularly we're talking about golf. So that slot, the top slot is 500. It's the same way when I'm promoting my gospel artists, the same way when my single was out. When I was trying to get on the chart, I was hoping that them numbers will change in the front of my song so I can end up in the top 500 so I can be seen on that chart. Well, he jumped all the way to number 1. But in the recent years, because of everything that has happened, he dropped down to 58. Then he dropped down to the 200, 300. He got to where he was in the thousands. Well, he wasn't even seen in the top 500. Well, just like in music, whether that's gospel or secular, when your radio promoter's pushing you up the chart, trying to get you up the sales chart, you know, trying to get you up the radio chart, of course, the radio promoter do not do sales side, but I happen to do it if you pay me enough money. But anyway, so pushing him up the chart, he began to fall down this chart, and as of recent years, the last 5 years, he started coming up the chart. But he's been in this losing streak where he done lost over 1,000 times bike to bike. That's one thing to lose, but it's another thing to lose back to back. I mean, I don't mind losing, but I don't want to lose all the darn time. And Tiger Woods had got to the place where he was losing all the darn time. Coming in last, bringing up the rear. Don't nobody want to do that? So that's what had been happening to him. Well, on yesterday, get out there with that ball in the green and get that club and go to hitting them and hitting it here and there. Oh, you know what? Another thing I did not know, that not only was he going through the addiction sexually and then lost his wife and, you know, going through all of these changes and this addiction and things of that nature, but he also had physical challenges. He had like 4 or 5 major back surgeries. So this is like horrible. In fact, that's how they say he got addicted to what he was addicted to because of them surgeries. And so this is horrible. He doesn't, I mean, if you can't, you go from the top all the way down to the bottom. And then in the last few years, he couldn't catch a wind for nothing. But yesterday, and yesterday was Sunday, the Lord's day. He turned that thing around. To switch that thing right around for him. And he won, which shot him up to a number, I think they said 12 or 13. You have to look it up. Go Google. You got Google, you can find any darn thing you need to find. Just go in there and Google, you find out if I got the numbers off. Never mind, I ain't no journalist, no way. I'm a comedic commentator. I ain't supposed to really even fool up with facts, but I just happen to do because I got degrees in smart. So anyway, jumped up to number 13, and he won. I think they said his check was, God, I can't remember the check, but it's a whole leap of money that the boy done got. So Tiger Woods is back. We here on Larry Reid Live. We fight for the underdog. We love the underdog coming to the top story. And so today, Tiger Woods, you top Larry Reid Live because you came from the bottom, and now you back here at the top. You know, last year he opened up a restaurant. He got this another snow bunny. She's a nice looking snow bunny. She's rather strong looking though. She looked like she might be a trainer into sports or something. But anyway, he opened up a restaurant and hired another snow bunny. I tell you, he favored the white girls. Got hold of her, put her over there to the management position. And somehow or another, they don't develop some feelings for each other and a fling, so now they're together. I don't think it's going to last. And if he ain't careful, let me tell you something. Whenever you going through something, have went through something, or either trying to do something new, you have to be careful about your darn connections. Because sometimes it be that connection that draw you back. Now, Tiger, this is my advice. What you need to do is let go of this here girl. Now, if y'all just frucking, that's one thing. Just pluck all you want to. But I don't think you should get serious with this one here, because this girl, I think that she's an opportunist. When I'm looking at her pictures and looking at her in the eyes, it's just my opinion. And she got family members watching. I'm so sorry. I just think that she might be an opportunist. Because she know the boy got some money, and she know that he will come back up. Y'all know how some folk, they in your life and they stay connected to you, and everything ain't really kosher, but they do it because they got eyes enough to see that thing on you. And if you happen to make it, they want to at least be in your inner circle. That's what this is. Tiger, listen to me. You better get this girl off around you and away from around you, so you can stay there at the top and focus and continue to do some more stuff to get all your endorsements back. And then we invite you back to the cookout. All right? Next story. Here we go. Lady, bring her face over. Lady, she actually is fine. This is a fine woman. And because another thing y'all probably done learned. Of course, this is my type of woman. And you also know I like older women. So this is my type of woman. So Lady April Washington, you can get it. I'm just gonna let you know. You call 1-844 Dr. Reid 2. And I heard you got a whole lot of insurance money when you. Let me tell you who she is. Put her that side of her husband. For those of you that do not know, about a year ago, her husband died. Her husband was the great and the wonderful R.J. Washington. Unlike Bishop Brown, he took care of his wife. From what I heard, now this is, I'm going to say alleged just because. From what I heard, he left her all kinds of money, with a house paid for with her name on it, paid for a car. She got all kinds of money. She doing well from what I understand. But when he died, stuff went crazy. I'm going to tell you, black folk always fighting over pennies. I mean, when black Pentecostal bishops and stuff die, we fight over $50 or $100 million. But even folk that die and leave their children gazillions, we don't never hear nothing about them fighting. Because we tend, and I'm talking to us since I'm a black person, a brown person, we don't have our business fixed and our house in order. We don't. We die, got to do a darn GoFundMe. If we do have insurance, like he happened to take care of his wife and his family, but when it came to the business that him and her started, he ain't set that in order. He ain't. Watch this video, and then we're going to get into the conversation.
Washington said her goal is to get the church back where it was when her husband was leading the service. Now, we heard from her attorneys today who say that they have evidence to prove wrongdoing by church members.
The church has been devastated behind the loss. As you can see, I'm very emotional right now. However, I know that God will get me through it.
In May, Action News Jax told you when Pastor R.J. Washington died of cancer. After the pastor's death, there was a power struggle, and his widow was kicked out of the church.
I want the opportunity for myself and our church family, mainly, to be able to get back.
The lawsuit shows Washington is suing two people connected to Titus Harvest Dome Spectrum Church. Her attorneys claim they schemed to oust her from the church within days after Pastor Washington died of cancer, and they say they have evidence to prove it.
Two individuals who were entrusted even to be godparents of their children were the ones who came in to try to undermine them so they could benefit financially.
I went to the church to get to the other side of the story, but no one answered the door. I also reached out to the defendants in the lawsuit, but haven't heard back yet.
I would love to see the church come back together. And that's what I'm here for, fighting for the church.
Now I got so much to say about this one here. We're going somebody time me, make sure that I only stay on this topic no more than 20 minutes so we can end on Matthew Stevenson. Set that clock 20 minutes because I got a whole lot to say, and I know the lines are probably going to blow up when I tell them this whole story. Okay, now this is his wife. That's him. He took care of her on the personal front. She good. But Tom, she was the co-pastor of the church, and she helped him build that church from -3 people all the way to about 8,000 people. Well, when he died last May, it was a very crucial battle with cancer. Right before he died, he went up there to the store, and he told the store that I would like to buy my paperwork and fix it up. So he made sure that he got things properly in line. Let me show you this document, church document number 1. Let me show you this document. He went up there and made sure everything was proper. And you see at the top, it said Titus Harvest Dome Spectrum Church. Pause. That is a long church name, and I don't understand why the heck it's called Titus Harvest Dome Spectrum. What is that? Who is Titus? I understand harvest. Why in the world dome and spectrum? I don't know what that is. What is that? Somebody, if y'all know who named this church and what God told this man when he named the church, or what he ate when he named this church, could somebody please email it to me, or either put it up under the video so one of us can see it right now, so we have explanation, because I don't understand. I need an explanation. It don't make no sense. Titus Harvest Dome Spectrum Church Incorporated. Titus Harvest Dome Spectrum Church. I can't hardly say it in one breath. Okay, so he went up there February 24, 2017. He did not die till I think April or May. I think that's what it was. He went up there and made sure. Okay, look down there to the bottom. Officer Director Detail. You see he got his name there, Rodney. That's him. Then over there to the right, you got the next one in line. That's her. But then I look down there and everybody's last name is Washington. Now, I don't know I don't know how y'all able to do that with a nonprofit, because those of you that know, I have set up churches in this country, other countries, and I know in North Carolina during Line Tour, you ain't supposed to have the board of directors with family members. We had to stop all that, because when it comes to voting for certain stuff, it's a split vote. And if you do have family members, you got to add a 5th board of director, a 4th director. So I don't understand this. I'm not gonna highlight that, because I do know other posts and news people watch my show. Ain't trying to get nobody in trouble, but this here just don't look right. But it appears to me that he's trying to put things in order to make sure that his family has this empire that he has built, because every darn body last name is Washington at this particular point. That's what I see. That's what I see. So then I look at this second document. This second document was filed after he died, September the 20th. You see it right there? September the 20th. And this was filed allegedly by Lady April Washington. Titus Harvest Dome Spectrum Church. Lord Jesus, I'm so tired. I feel like I'm in a relay trying to say the name of this here church. Titus Harvest Dome Spectrum Church Incorporated. Let me get a drink of water, okay? Jesus, great. Why in the world did they do that? That long name. So now all of a sudden, oh look, President Director is Lady April Washington. So that's what she done. And then I guess she pulled 2 yes people, because that would be the smart thing to do. I know y'all gonna say something about that, but that's what I would do. 2 people, when I say yes people, I'm not talking about somebody that just say yes just because you say whatever you gotta say. But I will pull somebody that get the vision, understand what I'm trying to do, not give me no problem when I need to go do something. That's what it looked like she pulled in there. She pulled them 2 people in there like that. But then, now, let's show the church. Let's show the church. Bring the church right there. It says church. This is what they're fighting over. This right here. This right here. This big old nasty church. This is a big old. So this is only a little piece of corner, but this is a big old nasty church. But the church also owned on the same property. I think carved out another 9 or 10 acres. They owned this right here. They had a hotel. Now the name of this hotel. Let me tell you the name of this hotel. Hit document the where it says new hotel document. Look at this date here, April the 5th. That was the other day. Somebody went in there and changed darn thing. And so they went first to the hotel, it appears, or the same time, the same day. We'll check the date on the next one. The name of this place is Marble Waters Hotel and Suites. Okay, maybe that's a place around there called Marble Waters, because that's another crazy name. I don't understand that. That don't make no darn sense either. But you see down there? Ew. I didn't show y'all the original, but her name was down there too, but it ain't no more. Who Broderick? Who Cynthia? Faye? Hold on. Go back to church document 2 with the first lady file. Is Faye name on there? Faye? Now, wait a minute. Go to the new document that they filed for the church. The new doc right there for the church. Now, this was filed. They filed this one first for the church, because that last one was the 8 for the hotel, right? Check the hotel one. Bring it over. What was that? No, that was the same day. Okay, go back to the church document. Now, Faye, what you doing, girl? What? Faye, you ruthless. Oh, look, they found this the other day. Done took First Lady off. She ain't no more on the board. Bring her and her husband over. Let's bring her over here. Let's see. Lord have mercy. So they removed her from the board of the church, Titus Dome Spectrum 150 Name Center, and the hotel Marble Waters Hotel. They moved her from. So now she's suing. She's suing the board, particularly 2 people, and I suspect one of them is Faye, because Faye nasty. Faye, how you going to be on the paperwork to help the First Lady? So you the one that did it. That's who did it. Because, see, if Faye name up there on that piece of paper as one of the board of directors, she can, as a director, make an edit. And if she's a secretary, she can have that thing notarized. She probably knows somebody in the church notarized, and that's done. And change the board of directors. Went right up under the nose of Lady April Washington and took the empire. Didn't you see how the paperwork was? R.J. Washington wanted it to stay in the family. Nah. And Faye, the 4, what's her name? The 5, the 6, what was her last name? The 4. Faye, the 4. You ought to be shamed. And they said, according to the clip I show y'all, that she's suing 2 particular people, and one of the people that's very close to, that even supposed to be the godparent, and I suspect this Faye, you ought to be shaming yourself. Now, let me say this before I talk about what I think about it. Then I'm going to open up the lines and let you tell me what you think about this. Well, since he done died, the church has been emptied out. Reform? Okay. Reform. Whatever. Why you say therefore? And if you pay a darn attention, thanks. Thank you. Look here. The church got split up. Now, he was declining in health, and so they had somebody to come over there and preach. A few somebodies to come preach. But I was told, according to my sources, throw that allegedly up there so nobody don't be trying to take me to court and get my gold chain, because this is real. I saw some of you out there talking about this fake gold chain. No. I can't have nothing fake on my body, not even plated. This here is real gold. This is when I used to have money. I think no, it's right when I declined, started not having no money. But anyway, it was a bad purchase. I had no business buying it. I should have known I couldn't afford it. But anyway, so the church split. Now, they told me that his brother was coming over there and preaching all the darn time. I'm going to show you a picture of him. Now, this is what my concern is. Because they told me that when everything started going, now, don't the brother like he got cancer? What? Now, his wife fine too. They got the same days. He went and started a church after all this, everybody started dispersing. And they say quite a few people then went over there to his church. I did not tell you to take that picture down. I have more stuff to say. Just bring the picture back over. Quit being so darn fast. Thank you. Now, don't he look like he's sick? And I don't want to speak that on him, but something don't look right. So if y'all went over there and joined his church, you need to look to the right, because that's your new pastor, because he ain't got his time is limited. It just looked like that he might have what his brother have. He don't look healthy, not to me. I hope he healthy, but it don't look like healthy. Or it could be one of them kind of folk that do so much health stuff, eat all vegetables, don't eat no meat, only eat vegetables, and then they run. A lot of times they look like they sunk in. Cause his cheeks is something. To me, just like I don't know, but that's probably y'all pastor to the right. So just look and just pay attention, cause that's gonna be y'all pastor in just a little bit. All right, now put her back up there. So they tell me that the church split two ways now. I'm gonna tell you his name. His name is Lincoln. Pastor Lincoln Washington is his name. Now that's his brother. RJ is done dead and gone, buried. His brother is one that started a church named of Legacy Worship Center. So some of the folk went with him in Jacksonville, Florida. Then some of the people have also went over to the Potter's House. That's pastored by Bishop Vaughn McLaughlin. I don't know if I'm saying it right. So that's a two-way split. Then some of the members have left since he done died because they fighting over the church. Because this is $38 million of debt-free assets. $40 million of debt-free assets. You know niggas gonna be fighting. They pastors trying to get in that church. I mean, Bishop Jakes preached at his funeral, I think it did. I mean, I really think what she want to do is to pull a Reva Timms. You know, Reva Timms because she keep talking about how she care about the church and want the church to be what it was before. I don't believe that, but that's what she said. I really don't believe it. I can't, when I watched that video and she was talking, it just seemed like to me, you are mad up under all of that for them trying to take it away from you. And that's just what it is. You mad first and probably hurt first. And secondly, you probably want to build that church. Thirdly, because the second one going to be that money. The first one going to be that money. The second one, the first one they're going to take them assets. You ain't got no power. That's number during one. Number during two, you probably is hurt and mad and upset. Number three, God's people. You know how we do. I'm doing it for love. I'm doing it because God told me to do. But don't pay him. Nigga be gone. And one day, all of a sudden, it won't be the case. Okay, so that's two-way split. The third, yes, there are three. It's a four-way split. The third church that people going to is Bethel, pastored by Rudolph McKenzie. That's the man that came up with, want to do it? Where everybody say, want to do it? Or want to will? That's him. He the one that came up with that. He's a singer, too. I don't know if he's a singer. I ain't heard him sing or preach a own thing. But he might be. But I don't know. I ain't never heard it before. Fourth church. The fourth church is right outside of there in St. Mary's. Guess who pastors that? The name of the church is the Kingdom City Church. Guess who pastors that? Does that sound familiar? Kingdom City? In St. Mary's. Opposite Prophet Brian Carn. And that's where she goes to church at. Let's sit on that for a little piece. Let's think. Opposite Prophet Brian Carr. And the reason why I call him Opposite Prophet is just a joke, because he kept missing prophecy and predictions that couldn't pass. Opposite Prophet. Into during resting. Four-way split. They said quite a few of the members went over there to St. Mary's. They did over there with Prophet Brian Carnes. So I want to know what you guys think. Put that number up there. I want to know what you guys think about this. Was she done wrong by the church? Clearly, her husband ain't like Bishop Brown. He took care of her. But he is a little piece because he should have made sure, because they built that together. She was the co-pastor. They built that together. And now all of a sudden, she ain't got no power in it. And can't even do nothing concerning it. She just put out. Let's talk about it. Caller in and 6075. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you think about this topic concerning Lady April Washington?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just listening in. I didn't have a comment.
Oh, okay. No problem. Thank you so much.
Don't hang up on me now.
Oh, he just listening in? No, if he's listening in, he got to call in and do what's her name? I don't know how to do that. I need to figure that. We might need to just put him on something other because cause he's listening to the thing and I don't know how to do that. You know how to do that? What did I say there? Call in. See, he calling the wrong number. Okay, okay, if you listening to me, where the man at? If you want to just call in, is that him again? If you want to just call in and listen, shoot, I don't even know what number that is. I guess it is that number, but you got to choose another option. I'm thinking you calling in to get some what's name. So somebody call in and they ask for that again, just leading them up there so we want to get them down. Okay, all right, let's call them. Call it in 4958. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you think about this case with Lady Washington?
Larry Reid.
Mm-hmm.
Larry, I can't believe I got through.
Yeah, you here.
I'm calling from New Jersey.
Okay.
Listen, Larry, I grew up in holiness. You grew up in holiness. You know they don't have things in order when they die. Come on, stop playing. I got a mother that still don't go to the movies, don't do nothing. So anyway, listen, you know, even in Church of God in Christ, when Bishop Mason died, there was a big split. They don't handle the business together, and when they see them dollar signs, you know they're going to chase after the money. You know, so I just called to say that, but I really wanted to talk about the fatherlessness.
Okay, we can backtrack for a minute.
All right, we'll backtrack. Listen, Todd Hall, you know, even pastors, kids, they're usually the worst kids in the church. Mm-hmm. Because you take care of everybody else's kids, but you're not thinking about your own kids. Mm-hmm. So that's all I had to say. I hope I was under a minute, right?
Yeah, you were. Thank you so much, man, for calling in and watching. Tell everybody about it.
All right.
I'm gonna take some more calls on this topic concerning Lady Brown. Let's try to stay on topic. I know you're coming in late, you guys. Call it in at 2150. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you think about this here?
This is Queen from New Jersey, and we're going to discuss this. I think, you know, it's a shame because, like you say, they saw the money. So now they want to, what are they going to do? Because it looks like a forgery. That's number one. And I'm thinking that this is disgusting. It really is. It's disgusting. But she didn't look like no grieving widow, though.
I ain't see that. I didn't see that. Now I ain't trying to say she faking, but I don't see none of that.
Thank you, because she didn't have on black. She had on blush.
Pink lips, pink top, everything. Hair pulled up to the top. She living good with that insurance money.
Thank you. At least he took care of her. I mean, that's better than Lady Brown.
Exactly.
Or whatever. But it's much better, but she ain't gonna get nothing.
Yeah. I think she got a case. I really do think she have a case. I think that she's gonna be able to acquire what she want to acquire. She might not want to take that building out. She might do better to go ahead and start her own thing and just let them keep that there anyway, because them taxes going to eat them up, but they ain't but 5 folk in there.
Thank you. That's the whole point. Would you repeat? It's just 5-fold. It's a 5-fold. We ain't got no members ministry.
Mm-hmm. Thanks so much for calling in.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Calling in 5502, and I know the taxes, the payroll, because I know.
Hey, Larry, it's Marlene.
Hey, Marlene.
Yeah, listen, 2 things. I didn't know if you know that Prophet Hall is featured right at the Dream Center while we listening to you right now.
If live. You don't shut up. So the fatherless has invited the fatherlessness. So the 2 fatherlessness says
right there live.
The 2 fatherlessness says them pull themselves together.
Right. They doing a coup against you.
Yeah, but do you see how the spirits work? They say the birds of the feather they flock together.
But I just want to say, what is going on? If this is not a real life Greenleaf stuff with church.
Yeah.
But let's put that mother elder stuff. I helped that man build that stuff. I want all my stuff. And I don't want y'all to have any of it. And I don't understand, how could they do these documents so quickly?
Yeah.
Everybody can just switch up these documents. I don't know. But I hope that she wins the case. I really do. Because that Favor 4, she is some kind of, she need to watch out for her. This is a have and have not thing going on here anyway. So I don't know what this is, but God help us. But I just want you to know that the prophet will probably hear the show after he finished preaching.
Oh, yeah. he may want to talk about it live, because Prophet Ty Hart ain't scared to have no conversation at all. He ain't the kind of person like, no, I ain't going to talk, I ain't going to speak. No, he'll talk, and he like to talk. Yeah, so I like that about him.
Well, let me get off here because I want to enjoy the rest of your show.
Okay, all right.
All right, bye.
Okay, last caller on this topic. Caller 3974. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you think about this here?
Hi, Larry. My name is Maya, and I am from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I really don't have too much to say about Lady Washington's situation, but I do want to come in on the fatherlessness situation.
Okay.
I'm a fourth-generation Coach PK kid. My mom is missionary. My grandmother, she was a district missionary. My dad, who passed recently, was a pastor. So you see the line goes on and on and on. But I want to say this. One thing that my grandmother used to always say is charity begins first at home and then spreads abroad.
Yep.
Yes, at the house. That means that if you have a sick child at home, you need to tend to them before going down to the church and seeing about pastor. And that's all I want to say about that. I think if most people, including pastors, follow that principle, things will be much better.
Yep. I darn agree. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. This is what we're going to do. Oh, well, let's take this last caller on this topic. Caller ending in 5217. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey, Larry. My name is Daniel. I'm calling in because I want to wonder or pose this question. When do we elect pastors that are called to the ministry? When will they stop just electing my wife just because she's my wife as my co-pastor? If that's not the calling, why should she get in a position?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, because a lot of times it does seem like these pastors or apostles or bishops, when they start these churches, they sort of make it an empire or a business. And so then they put their family in it, and there's no question on whether or not the person has the gift or the calling or not, because sometimes they may be called to do something different. I get what you're saying. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know, man.
Because that's what leads to all these problems. You just put anybody in position, and that's really not their calling. They really don't know what they're doing. They really can't handle it. So why even put them in that position? Set them up personally on the separate side and go about spiritual things in a professional manner.
Yeah. Got it. I hear you. Thanks so much for calling in. So they said that Prophet Todd Hall is over there at the Dream Center. Let me tell you something. Folk get Prophet Todd Hall in for one thing and one thing only. That nigga can raise some money. So Dream Center must trying to get that money. Hopefully he's taking that money and sending it over there to Dishella. Hopefully that's what Dishella need, her money. And so raise that money and pay Dream Center, because they tell me that the attendance is down. That's what they said. I don't know. That's all alleged. I don't know. And I hope it's not. I hope they grow and do well, and I hope William do right by Christian. You know, but I'm just commentating and saying what I got to say while I'm sitting up here. Okay, all right, we're about to go to the next topic, but before we do, I want you to consider going to the Merge Summit. I went 2 times and it was great. Watch this video and I will be right back to talk about Matthew Stevenson's Rent. I'm going to play it for you. Probably got to play it a couple of times. We're going to break it down and we're going to talk a darn about it. It has had about 600,000 views on this week, so it is our main topic on tonight. Get your phones ready.
The Merge Summit. The Merge Summit is back October 11th through 13th at the Universal Hilton in Universal City, celebrating 10 years of excellence. This year's Merge Summit Experience, presented by
The growth of your favorite digital show with just a text. Support Larry Reid Live by texting GIVE to 404-800-4530. Text GIVE to 404-800-4530 today.
The Merge Summit. The Merge Summit is back October 11th through 13th at the the Universal Hilton in Universal City. Celebrating 10 years of excellence. This year's Merge Summit Experience. Presented by AIDS Healthcare Foundation and Walgreens. Promises to deliver power-packed masterclasses, networking opportunities, and career-defining moments. All led by some of the entertainment's most successful artists, actors, creators, entertainers, and executives in TV, film, digital media, music, and more. If you are an aspiring writer, artist, actor, director, or producer, and you have a heart for the entertainment business, the Merge Summit 2018 is for you. October 11th through 13th. Special discounted early bird registration available now for a limited time only at mergesummit.com. That's mergesummit.com. The Merge Summit to the 10th hour. 10 years and growing. Don't miss it. The Merge Summit is a production of Relevate Entertainment, proudly presented by AHF and Walgreens.
All right, and we are back, and we are about to have the conversation. We're about to have the conversation concerning, is he a bishop or apostle or prophet? Dr. Matthew Stevenson. I am sick and tired of him ending up being on this show. Let me tell you why. Number 1. I happen to like what he got going on over there. Can you put something at the bottom of the little strings, him sitting up there at the top like that? Aesthetics, darn. Aesthetics. Thanks, all right. You done screwed up in the commercial now. You know you're that close. What you mean? I mean, you were doing good prior, but you messed the commercial part up. You didn't go right. You know they weren't right. But God bless you. The Lord bless you. All right. Let me tell you why I don't really like talking about. I didn't like wanting to do the story on Prophet Todd Hall because I like him too. But right, wrong, or indifferent, if you end up viral and you put something online and I find something to talk about, if it's something about what you got going, leave it up there at the bottom, Nancy. Something. It look funny sitting up there. I just said put the text one up there. That's what I said at the what's the name? Jesus Lamb. No, first of all, you said you asked me why I do the picture of bed. Ask yourself why you can't help do the production. Ask yourself that before the show. You just hitting the buttons and you get that wrong. I wish you were good at this as good as you as taking selfies for your IG. Insta story every darn day. I'm gonna get tired of going through my news. Your face. Every time I turn around, you got a selfish spirit. You tickle. Well, for real. Selfish. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the reason why I really don't like talking about him. Number one, I like what he's doing. To me, it appears. Now, I don't know everything. So if you know stuff I do not know, okay, that's you. But from what I see, it looked like he doing a good thing and helping people. That's what it looked like to me. Also, they got a church here in Atlanta, and I keep telling myself I'm a visit, but every time I end up doing something else. What's the boy name I say I like? LaFriend? I keep putting both his names together. It's LeBron Friend, not LaFriend. But I like him. And the other boy, that Cheryl go to his church, it's in Alabama. I like him to that boy can dress. I don't know his name. Alvin? But I like him too. Okay, and when I say like him, this might be too big, strong of a word because I only know what I had came across my news feed. And I've seen. Okay. But this is Dr. Matthew Stevenson. He, once again, has ranted. In fact, his preaching is pretty much a rant. And if he's preaching, he's going to rant in the middle of it. And from what I was told by some of the people that know his ministry, is that it's not abnormal for him to flip off in a message and start talking about you and saying with your ugly self, you this and you that. That's just what he do. Fine. People subscribe to that kind of ministry. I actually think that he will not be doing this forever. I think that he eventually is going to change the way that he does what he does. Cause looking at this man, it does not fit to me. It don't look like somebody who is going to be in the position that they're in right now all their life. I can see him doing fashion. I can see him doing something in entertainment. I can see him doing acting. But probably his roots and his spiritual roots are so deep in holiness and Pentecostalism, like mine are, that as time go along, that he's going to stretch out of that position like I did, because he really can be doing some other things in the world that will put him in a more influential spot in the world. That's what I think. Just like somebody that want to preach and do holiness and conferences and prayer all the rest of their life. No, he may do that on a personal level. Shoot, you should see me yesterday. I spent about an hour and a half. I mean, just praying in the spirit. But that's me. That's for my growth and for my gifting and what I do in this world. But like, let me tell y'all this. And I'm going to try not to tell this whole story, but I got something that I started to go live about on today. But this church asked me, put the LRL up. I'm going to get back to Stevenson. So this church asked me to help them. They asked me to help them. I want y'all to get that in your heart. They asked me to help them. They know I pastored 20 years. I set up churches. Apostle, prophet is my gift. That's my function in the four walls. So if your church struggling, and struggling don't always mean you ain't got no members, and it don't mean that you ain't got no money. You can be just stuck at a level, but need somebody to come in there, an apostle, to come in there and shift the house in a second gear. That's my gifting. So you asked me to come help you, then I start helping you. It ain't been 5 days, and now you got a problem because I'm telling you your don't work. That ain't working. You wouldn't have called me if it was working. Don't get mad when I tell you it ain't working. It ain't working. It don't work. You need to change stuff up. Nah. And so that's what I do now. And because of that, I've heard different people about 15 or so people came to visit. I just put out a flyer saying I was coming. They came and said, oh, if you're going to be here for the next 2 years working, we're going to join, we're going to do this, we're going to work. And so when I let them know I'm not going to be there anymore unless they call me ready to negotiate and we're going to do a contract, the contract going to say you're going to stay up at this church 6 months and let me work with the staff and building it. And then after I get it back where it need to be, then you can start visiting her during again. It's like flipping a church. I should do a show called Flip the Church. Flip my church, please. You ain't never seen them shows come on there with folk flip businesses. 9 times out of 10, the people that work with the people the workers ain't got no problem. It's 9 times out of 10 that leader that's holding to an old form, an old model, and old ways that don't work no more and don't want to let them go, but want the new thing, holding to the old, attached to it. I don't work like that. Get the heck up out of the way, let me do what needs to be done. And then when I get it right, you come back in here. And then start questioning, also, are you trying to take over my church? Or you trying to start a church? What in the whole hell and the heaven? Yeah, if I wanted to start a church, I wouldn't have walked away from the one I walked away from. That ain't what I want to do. And people asking me, can't you start a church? Because people, you have a draw with people. No, I'm not doing that. Find me somebody that want to be a pastor. And they want to start a church. Because pastors ain't got no business starting a church number during one. It's the apostles that do that. And I work with them to start a church. I might tell y'all that whole story and read text messages and stuff if I had to. Now let's get back to Matthew. So, I was going across my internet and I seen this video. As somebody that posted the video called me. And when I seen the video, I said, now he got a gold piece of hair at the top of his head and he got rid of that a little less than a year ago. So I know this was a while ago, but why is he fussing a darn get? He always saying something. I'm going to show y'all this clip. It's 51 seconds of what he said. We're going to talk a little bit. Then I probably have to show you the clip again because folks going to start coming in because they can find out I'm talking about their leader or talking about somebody they hate. Because people either like him or hate him. Watch the video.
With your wives. That's why they so distracted by my shirt and jeans because you ain't giving them none.
You need to take care of them. I'm out here now. I feel the anointing. It's a dangerous thing to have an unkept woman. If you take care of your woman, you wouldn't be worried about what I got on. She's thirsty. Feed that lady. Make sure her appetite is... I'm talking to your ugly self. Make sure her appetite is quenched. You a single woman? You talking about all the men being feminine? You're not going to convert them with your belly like that. Get your tail ready for me. I don't care. Get ready for marriage. If you was their last option, no wonder they going to men. Align yourself. Get your makeup together. Take your grandmama's hair off. You ain't ready for marriage. Hallelujah. You ain't ready.
Matty, what in the world? What you doing, man? You said what? You gotta run that again, Nancy. Run it one more time. What you said? Huh?
With your wives. That's why they so distracted by my shirt and jeans, because you ain't giving them none. You need to take care of them. I'm out here now. I feel the anointing. It's a dangerous thing to have an unkept woman. If you take care of your woman, you wouldn't be worried about what I got on. She's thirsty. Feed that lady. Make sure her appetite is... I'm talking to your ugly self. Make sure her appetite is quenched. You a single woman? You talking about all the men being feminine? You're not going to convert them with your belly like that. Get your tail ready for me. I don't care. Get ready for marriage. If you was their last option, no wonder they going to men. Align yourself. Get your makeup together. Take your grandmama's hair off. You ain't ready for marriage. Hallelujah. You ain't ready.
I need to say that one more time. I need to listen to what they said one more time.
With your wives. That's why they so distracted by my shirt and jeans, because you ain't giving them none. You need to take care of them. I'm out here now. I feel the anointing. It's a dangerous thing to have an unkept woman. If you take care of your woman, you wouldn't be worried about what I got on. She's thirsty. Feed that lady. Make sure her appetite is... I'm talking to your ugly self. Make sure her appetite is quenched. You a single woman? You talking about all the men being feminine? You're not going to convert them with your belly like that. Get your tail ready for me. I don't care. Get ready for marriage. If you was their last option, no wonder they going to men. Align yourself. Get your makeup together. Take your grandmama's hair off. You ain't ready for marriage. Hallelujah. You ain't ready.
Okay, I'm going to say this. And I know y'all gonna kill me for this, but I first want Matt. Let me say this to you. Let me say this to y'all. Let's see how I'm gonna say this. I don't want y'all to take that I'm saying something I'm not, but this I gotta say this so y'all know. 3 of the meanest people that you will ever meet. Number 1. Is an old woman. Can't nobody be old. I mean, can't nobody be mean. Can't nobody be mean like an old woman. Number 2. Can't nobody be mean-spirited like a woman scorned. Do I mean? Number 3, can't nobody be mean-spirited. Mean-spirited like a gay man. So with that being said, I'm saying this to you, Matt, if you ain't a woman, if you ain't a woman that's been scorned and you're not no old biddy and you're not some old gay man that's been punked by straight men and called faggy all their life, if you're not none of them, quit fussing. Just to stop. Matthew, stop fussing. Don't fuss, Matthew. Maddie, don't fuss no. You hear me? Don't fuss no darn what? Don't fuss no darn more. If you out there and you a man, don't fuss. See, I'm going to tell you this. When a man get upset, he may raise his voice and talk with his hands, and you feel like he almost want to punch you. And it give you that feeling like, oh, let me calm down, because he about to punch you or punch something. But all that, and there too many rants that you don't rant no more, Matt. And none of your don't find a way. You know, he's an emotional man. And there ain't nothing wrong with being an emotional man. And most emotional men a lot of times are mistaken to be, you know, like women. But this is so womanly. I mean, it's like being fussed out by your mom. And according to what we know, this is not, he don't practice that lifestyle. So don't do that. Don't do it no more. Whining about him is the preachy, fussy preacher. And it's fine because you're a woman. I mean, y'all say you can call me sexist, you can call me whatever you want to call me, but this is what I think. This is what I think. I don't know why they allegedly signed this up here, because this is just my darn opinion. I can just take that down. They don't make no sense. Thank you. You trying too hard. Put the text to give up there. Maybe somebody feel like helping me out. Huh? If I want to, heck. So just don't do that. Cause it seems like your preaching is too feminine. There's nothing wrong with lifting your voice and shout. When I preach, and high, low, all of that. I mean, cause you proclaiming. But then it's just too consistent. And a certain kind of man is not going to listen to that. Just not going. It's just not going. That's the first thing I wanted to say. Now let's talk about what he said. And I'm going to let y'all call in. I know y'all probably eat me up in the comments, but when I tell you, I am, it's them other folk that care about the comments. I don't even really care like that. Okay, now, let's look at what he said. Okay, let's play it one more time. Then we're going to look at actually what he said. Y'all ready? Just last time a review before we take calls and start talking about it. Let's go.
With your wives. That's why they're so distracted by my shirt and jeans, because you ain't giving them none. You need to take care of them. I'm out here now. I feel the anointing. It's a dangerous thing to have an unkept woman. If you take care of your woman, you wouldn't be worried about what I got on. She's thirsty. Feed that lady. Make sure her appetite is, I'm talking to your ugly self. Make sure her appetite is quenched. You a single woman? You talking about all the men being feminine? You're not going to convert them with your belly like that. Get your tail ready for me. I don't care. Get ready for marriage. If you was their last option, no wonder they going to men. Align yourself. Get your makeup together. Take your grandmama's hair off. You ain't ready for marriage. Hallelujah. You ain't ready.
Oh, y'all didn't see. I was saying the Nancy. I said what I said about him, but he is funny to me. You know? And who is that? Who else is like that? I say funny like that. That be like you be always getting them because something they say. Like Jamal Brown always got something to say. Like he always in stuff like a woman, you know. But it's sort of funny, you know, because I find certain stuff that some stuff just touch my tickle box. So this is what it is. It touch my tickle box, turn it right on over. Oh but no. I'm not. No, you didn't. You lied. Somebody said it in the comments. You a lie. Look, get it to my. He put allegedly down there, so I can't be sued for defamation. It's hard to prove defamation because you got to prove malicious motive or slander or any other ones. That's why I always preface that I like this person and I think what he's doing is good. I think people should support and do what I do. I'm just saying my opinion. What I think about what he said. This is what he said. These are the things I pulled out of what he said. This is what it said. Your wife distracted looking at me in my shirt and jeans because you ain't giving her enough sex with your ugly self. That's some kind of Reid. Make sure her appetite is quenched. If you do that, you ain't got to be worried about what I got on, nigga. He didn't say nigga, but let's feel like it should go in there. I mean, because this is a straight up Reid. He said, that's another thing. He said he felt the anointing. That's another thing that, you know, that he said he felt when he was telling that man that he was ugly and putting all his business over the internet. He said, when I played you that clip, that he felt that he was anointed to tell that man that he was ugly and had low self-esteem and needed to go get therapy and all this kind of stuff. So that's interesting. That lets me know that he's a very emotional person, because you know when somebody hit that button in you and you in that read and you telling them, but then you be like, and nigga, and you said, I just thought about this. You said that, and that thing come on, you feel it rising. It's almost like a power. Yeah, I can see him saying, I feel the anointing. It's your emotions. It's that stuff. You know, it may feel like the anointing, but no. It's just the inspiration. And then he said, you a single woman talking about all the men being feminine. So clearly this whole segment, this whole video at this moment, this is in-house. But because technology is what it is, because he's talking to a few people. He clearly is. You a single woman talking about all the men being feminine. Talking about the men in there. You ain't going to convert them with your belly like that. Did not know gay man can be converted. I didn't know that. Get your tail ready for marriage. If you were their last option, then of course they're going to run to men. Interesting statement. Get your makeup and hair together. I guess a gay man would like that. Take your grandma hair off. No wonder why they're going to the men. All right. I've said what I had to say. I got a lot more opinion, but I want to hear your opinion. Call 646-787-8174. You are the co-host. You are the co-host. You are the co-host. State your opinion. Try your best not to be mean. But I ain't going to tell you, that you can't say what you want to say because you're the co-host, and this is our show. All right, first caller. Caller ending in 9761. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hi there, Sherry Ann Turpin. I hear homophobia, internalized homophobia. I also hear misogyny. I do agree with you that this seems to be some sort of, throwing stones from the pulpit. I used to hear that. Ministers who do that, but and he says anointing my ass. This was just doing a read. It was a comic routine, basically. I think he's more appropriate for that than the pulpit. Where did he get ordained? Where did he go to seminary for that? Where in the Bible do we find this kind of, this kind of rant? That's what it sounded like. What are we learning from that? And insulting, body shaming, all the whole 9 yards. And body shaming for both men and women alike.
True.
I don't think it's very healthy, and I don't. It seems like a lot of hate for heterosexuals and gay men combined. And no, you cannot convert somebody by having the perfect makeup and having the perfect body. Sorry, no, doesn't work like that.
Wow.
Nope.
Thanks.
That's busted.
Thanks so much for calling in.
All right, take care. Bye-bye.
Great comment. I love to hear people that's opinionated. All right. Caller ending in 3694. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hello?
Yeah. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Reginald calling from Duval County, Florida.
What up?
I just wanted to say, the guy's very misogynistic. He gives me like an Eddie Long type tease. He's very effeminate. But I've seen some of his clips where, he flows in the spirit. So I think he's conflicted with his sexuality. But it's no amount of losing weight or makeup or wig is going to make a man convert from being gay. And a man is not going to go to another man. He'll find a woman that's like his type, but he's not going to leave women because one woman have a little belly on her. And that's all I want to say.
Thank you so much for calling in. Except for a little belly moment. I would happen to agree. I think a gay man is a gay man. I mean, and he's gay and he likes men. And I think a bisexual, depending on how far over in the spectrum he is, or a straight man is going to be attracted to a woman for what she is, more so for what she is. Everybody got their preferences. I mean, but I'm saying that's what I think. You know, so I don't think you can convert a gay person. If a gay person can be converted, then I don't think. Well, I'm gonna say we should ask the question: were they originally gay? That's what I think. Do I believe that a person can change themselves and rewire themselves sexually? Absolutely. I believe you can do anything. So in that same vein, do I believe God can rewire somebody's sexuality if that's what they desire? Of course, if that's what they desire. I don't think God can do any darn thing. You know, I've seen some miraculous stuff God do, so I can't check a list and say, oh, he can do everything except that piece. I'm not going to say that, you know, but yeah, there are a lot of things that he's saying here that creating a lot of questions for all of us. Let's keep on saying what the co-hosts are saying. Caller in 6227. What's your name and where you calling from?
Barbara from North Carolina. I just want to say, I grew up in Harlem, and I was around gay guys, and they read you like that. And I just want to say that. And the other thing is, God made man in his own image. I don't think that he should stand up in the pulpit, call nobody ugly, tell nobody about the shape of how their body is made. Mm-hmm. And the other thing, and then to tell women, what message are you sending to tell them? No wonder they turn to men. And you know what else I'm going? Ain't no hallelujah. I feel no anointing was in that. Thank you, Larry.
Thank you so much for calling in. She meant that thing, you mean? Okay. Caller in 4176. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, am I on?
Yeah, you on.
Oh, okay. Hi, Larry. How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, listen, I've been listening to the previous callers, and I kind of agree with what your statement about the three examples of angry. And I think because we didn't see the whole video, I kind of agree with what he's saying. Because a lot of times women who say they're ready for marriage, they really aren't ready. And from my experience, men are attracted by looks. You see the look first.
No lie.
Then you get into the person.
We fall in love with our eyes.
So did you notice them women that was going up to the altar in the video?
No, I didn't.
They were tired looking. They were tired. Play the video. They were tired. So that's who he was talking to, because usually women like them complain, oh, the men, they all gay. No, you're not doing what you need to do to attract the men. Hey, okay? So do what you need to do to attract them. Okay?
That's all I'm
saying. I'm a plus size girl.
Right, but
and when I walk in the room, you know I'm in there.
Yeah.
So it's no excuse. Okay? So I understand what he's saying, and he's frustrated with them women who's looking like you just got off the ship. Him complaining about there's no men, they're all gay. No, that's where I think he's coming from, and he's frustrated about it. I don't agree with his delivery, but I think after frustration, and he's looking at the ones that's complaining about it, he just said, I'm going off on y'all. Let me tell you why. Because your gut is hanging. You know what? I want to teach some classes on undergarments.
Oh.
It don't make sense for you to have gut, and it's hanging when there's Spanx out here to hold it in. So that's where I think he's coming from. Let me hang up, because I see it in a different light altogether. He's tired of them tired-looking, ugly women or men or whoever he's complaining about they can't get anybody.
Right.
All right. I guess my minute is up. Okay.
Yeah, but
when a woman walks in a room, she ought to be able to demand attention. Just like Bishop Washington's wife, when she gonna walk in the room, she gonna demand attention. Do you hear what I say?
Yeah, exactly.
So, exactly. And I enjoy your show.
Thank you so much for calling. But let me say this while you're up here, because I did want to bring that point out, and that is this. I do think that sometimes certain women in a certain space should be told what he said, as far as you need to make sure that you're doing what you need to do in order to put the right vibe and the right projection in your world of who you are and what you want, and how ready you are. So don't talk about you want a man and you don't look ready. You're not projecting that you're ready. You're not projecting that you even love yourself and trying to be your best self. So I agree with that.
That's right.
I do believe that his motivation behind what he said was what you're discussing. But because of probably age, frustration, character, or whatever, it just came out all wrong. And it was offensive, it was misogynistic, it was chauvinistic, it was a whole lot of different things.
It was because I think he was at a level of frustration with the complaints coming from the women, I believe, in his congregation. And I've been wanting to start whole classes, because what I'm seeing coming in is just ridiculous. It's no way in the world. If you're on the market, you have to make yourself presentable to attract what you want.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
Well, I saw them women at that altar telling him, "Go ahead, Pastor." I wanted to snatch them.
I hear what you said.
Did you hear me?
I gotta let them.
Hear me?
I gotta let them.
And I want to show. And go ahead, let the next caller come in, because I could go on this all night long.
Okay, and thank you so much for calling in and watching.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let's take some more callers. Let's try to stay 1 minute so I can get a whole lot of callers back to back and see what you guys are saying. I see you in the comments going off. Caller ended in 6075. What's your name and where you calling from?
What's up, man? This is Travis L again.
What up?
Well, listen, I believe in both sides of the story now. Now that the last caller, she really brought clarity as well. But again, you have to remember that he is a leader in the body of Christ. And, what does it say about him that you're always ending up viral, but not viral for positive things? There's always some drama attached to your ministry. And me personally, not to get all super deep and spiritual, but
I can't hardly hear you speak clear in your phone.
Sorry, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he got a superstar spirit. You always end up in the news, in the tabloids for something viral, and it's never something positive. It's always because you're very smart at the mouth. And I personally don't believe that he would say a lot of these things in these people's faces, but I think it's a coward move to use your pulpit to really get up your frustrations off your chest. I disagree with that. If you're an apostle and a prophet, you should know better. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I do think the pulpit should, at some point in time, should realize the power of the pulpit and the poise you're supposed to have in it. I do think that's just something that needs to be considered. But we see that's a preacher problem. Look at Jasper, what he did at the time he had the pulpit. Look at what Charles Ellis did when he was presiding, the whole world watching. I think eventually we'll see preachers start changing their approach. Probably just believe the same way they believe, and that's fine. But just the way that they convey the message, I think some things does need to change, because they're starting to sound like dictators, slave masters, and things of that nature.
Yep.
Thank you so very much.
Can I say one more thing? One more thing real quick?
Yeah.
It seems like, again, like you said, a lot of times when he's going on a rant, when you really discern, it's like, okay, he's talking about someone specific in the audience, or someone specific that he spoke to. And the thing is, How you mad because people talking about you or attracted to you? Homeboy, look at your clothes. Your clothes is too tight. Of course they get attracted because you take care of your body. It's easy for you to say because you and your wife work out really good. And your clothes are tight. Come on, wear something baggy, man. I'm done.
Yeah, I get you, and I agree with that. But I think, we know that we're supposed to do that. I mean, you're as anybody that's in entertainment or an actor or something of that nature, you're supposed to look good. And even as a preacher, that's a new thing. Look how tight Stephen Furtick pants are. Look even how T.D. Jakes now started wearing some of the stuff that he's wearing. You gotta look attractive in order to persuade and to persuade people. So I
90 seconds.
I don't even know why he even thought to make that statement, because that sort of goes against what he's trying to do. Thank you so much for calling in.
Exactly. Thank you.
I want some pizza. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. Ooh, I'm gonna get some pizza. Make the picture of him big. So he said the clothes so tight. Well, it is sort of. I mean, that's fitting. Wait a minute. that is a little.
60 seconds.
That might. Let me see now. From waist up, that's fitting. From waist up, that's fitting. No, from waist up, that's fitting. From waist down, that's borderline. That's tight. When your trousers fold up in the leg, that's at the knee. That's yeah. I mean, but he got the body to do it. He's small. He's small frame. But that is pretty from waist up, that's fitted. That's proper fit. From waist down, that is a little tight. What in the world is you doing?
10 seconds.
You want to hit the middle thing. How you messed that up?
I hit the wrong.
Give me that remote. There you go. Okay, you got it. You didn't hit Control X. You just moved the whole screen. Oh my God. Okay, there you go. Bring it back over. All right, take some more callers. Caller in. You ready? What you doing? Put the text thing up on. What did you do, Nancy?
You told me to hit Control E.
I meant Control Z. Oh my God. Okay, now. You want to go over? Okay. Callers. Go ahead. Caller ending in 1381. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Chrissy from Florida. I just want to say two things. First of all, this is a thought pose. Any man that wears jeans tight enough to go in these slim boots, he's gay. Number two, everybody in the comments keeps saying that, oh, this man is married, he's married. Let's not forget, James Hall had a whole girlfriend, and he had a boyfriend at the same time. It's documented, it's proven.
No, James Hall had several boyfriends
Well, several boyfriends,
yeah.
But I'm just saying the point is he had a beard, which was his girlfriend, and he had men. So that marriage thing don't prove nothing. That's all.
I want you to know that you have called in and you have really blessed my entire life. Let me tell you why. Because I have a mighty laugh that is in my soul right now. And let me tell you why, because people may not understand this. I love laughter. And although
Me too.
I can't say that, I hate to know how he might feel hearing you saying that, or the people that follow him, but you have just totally tickled.
Oh, I don't care.
You have just totally tickled me. I want you to know.
First of all, I went to a church that was full of gay men, and you know that they gay. It ain't no secret. It ain't no question. They deacons, pastors, visiting pastors, and I done seen Fire Hall preaching. That's all he do is talk about how gay this and gay that. He pulled the whole stud out the doggone audience and told her she was gonna bring the gays to Christ. And they just started throwing money on the altar. So trust me, I already know the gimmick.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So It's all a gimmick. They know that that's how they get their money. They know that's where they get their men from in the church. It's all no secrets. Everybody know that's where you find your gay boyfriends at in the church.
Girl, if you don't get up off this phone.
Have a good night, Reid.
You too.
Bye, Nancy.
Listen, Lord, you should have looked your nickname. All right. Okay. Okay, next caller. Why is it not? Is it loading? Call it ending at 8258. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Alicia from Poptown. Larry, first of all, Matthew Stevenson is so narcissistic. And it seems like the more churches he gets and everything, the bigger his head is getting. And all the big women should have gotten up out of there and walked out. That's what they should have done. And another thing, if I was a woman getting in the bed with Matthew Stevenson, I would think I was getting in the bed with another woman. Then another thing, I weigh over 300 pounds. You can pull up my picture on Facebook. I represent very well. Everywhere I go, I always have. Even when I was a little girl. I've been married for 28 years with 4 sons.
Wow.
I'm telling you, nobody tells me how to dress. They don't have to teach me because I already know.
Come on now.
I do the best to look my best. I got over 200 wigs. I can look like Oprah, Diana Ross, Tina Turner.
Say that.
You don't know my husband don't know from one day to the next. I mean, who he got. Come on now. And so this mess with Matthew Stevenson, I'm just watching him. I'm watching him. It's like he's the woman and his wife is the man. And I hate to talk about people like that, but I'm just telling you, any woman that will sit up and call another woman, hear a man call a woman ugly, they might be ugly to you, but they might not be ugly to someone else. Every man don't like skinny women, don't want a skinny woman.
That's true.
Every time I try to diet, my husband would tell me if I had wanted a skinny woman, I would have married one. And what kind of woman is it that would listen to a man call a woman ugly and fat and all that and cheer them on? If his wife was in, oh man, I'm hot tonight. I'm hot as fish grease. If his wife had a voice in the ministry, she could be over the women's ministry and call the women together. And that's why you have women's conferences. He act like he was the speaker at a women's conference. Or an upstart, a novice. That's the kind of preaching you do when you first start because you don't know no better and you don't have anything else to preach. I am sick of Matthew Stevenson and his followers.
Wow.
I'm sick of him. And Matthew Stevenson going to burn out just like Brian Coleman.
Oh.
They young. They got more money than they ever had in their life. And always trying to, he's not directing people to Christ. I heard one of your callers say, oh, he's anointed. You must not know the word of God for yourself. That's not the anointing. That's a fool. That's a loose fool that's running rampant. And people are supporting it. And the majority of the people in his ministry be young people. And you know what? They can do what they want to do. There's no conviction. They're doing what they want to do. And they got their churches like nightclubs. If I wanted to go to the club, I would go to the club. I don't want to come to church and the lights dimmed and all this kind of foolishness going on. And now we keep on making these people God. We keep on putting them up there, supporting them. I wouldn't send Matthew Stevenson 59 cents. I'm not Matthew Stevenson. What these people need to do is listen to some of these mature saints and stop running after these wannabes.
Hello, you done went over a minute.
A lot of people.
You done went over a minute.
Some of these people got a lot of people following them. It doesn't mean they're right because he got a lot of people. You know, he even talk about people with small ministries. They need to shut down. If you don't have 15 people, you need to shut down. I don't care if I don't have 5. I'm going to keep right on doing what I'm doing, and I'm not shutting down because Matthew skinny leg jean wearing Stevenson told me that I don't have a ministry
because I don't have 10,000 people following me. I'm not studying Matthew Stevenson.
Well,
and I'm going to tell you something else about Matthew Stevenson. He know how to dress when he goes certain places. I think he was at the Koji convention preaching. He didn't have on no skinny legs and all that. And then when Earl Carter got on his tail about his hairdo, I see he went and got a haircut. So I want Earl Carter to hear what he said, and I want somebody to loose Earl Carter on him, because Earl Carter got a word for me. And he need to go sit down somewhere. Look at his wife. Look at his wife.
Mm.
She ain't no Beyonce, no Halle Berry. I wish he would have said, if I'd have been in that service, I would have turned it out. Turned it all the way out. I would have got that. Oh, if he'd have been in my church and I had invited him to come and preach, I'd have let him get through saying that little saying, and I would have got that microphone, and I'm telling you, him and his bodyguard, they would have forgot they had vehicles. Me and my church would have ran them up the hill.
Wait a minute.
Like jackrabbit.
Wait a minute. I got to let you go because they're so in line. But I want you to know you have totally tickled me, and everybody is going off. You have really just taken.
Matthew Stevenson. Matthew Stevenson, when the boat sinks, I'm going to tell you who's going to be in the boat. Him and Brian Conklin. and Pastor Washington's wife, she need to clutch her pearls and her purse and go into a shut-in.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody gonna be after her, and whoever directed her path over to Brian Conn Church, honey, she better go back in the house and lock the door and stay away.
Thank you so much for calling.
Church for a little while.
I gotta let you go. Thank you so much for calling. Okay, now somebody have got to call in and speak up for Matthew. Put him back up there. She done just got him. Somebody, one of his. Inbox me and let me know what number is yours, so one of y'all can call in and just speak really well, because she don't like her. And she might be like me, 'cause I can like you and still feel the way that I feel about and say what I got to say concerning what you got on. Who knows? But Lord Jesus, she roasted him. That was a Reid. All right, next. Caller in 4111. What's your name and where you calling from?
Hey Reid, this is Kiki calling from North Carolina. Quickly, I have a whole daddy and 3 whole brothers, and in all the years that I've known them, I ain't never seen them in no skinny pants. You ain't gonna find them in none in their closets, and so I kind of measure up what a man should be by what I see my daddy and brothers do. Second of all, the way he was reading people, he might be a bitter homosexual, he might be bisexual.
Mm.
And finally, I think that, with this generation gap, where some things are not passed down, maybe some girls and women don't know how they should be in order to be married or what have you. So it is your responsibility not to go off in a service reading folks, but to teach them. I thought that's what you were called to do. But that's all I have to say. Have a good night.
I agree. Thank you so much for contributing to our conversation.
No problem.
Come on. Caller in 2150. What's your name and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Jersey, and my name is Queen. I have laughed so hard at the lady who roasted him. But I really think I agree with everything you said, Larry, and all 3 shades of Reid. And every time he come on and every time you show me, he ranting at somebody. But like the lady said, I'm a plus-size woman. I would have got up and hit a couple of sisters and told them, come on, let's go. And then I would have got back to him and said, Pastor, I don't drink Kool-Aid, so I'm not going to listen to what you're saying. But he needs to check himself. He's very narcissistic, and he's very just arrogant, and he lucky he ain't in Newark, New Jersey, talking that trash, or up in Harlem talking that trash, because you know what? Karma is a so-and-so. And he going to get his, because he going to say something to the wrong person, and they're going to go buck wild right into church. They're going to beat his security, and they're going to beat him.
his wife, but the sisters gonna get her and grab her weave out her hair.
Oh my God!
See, I'm at the point now where I just can't believe it. How you gonna be like that? You gonna and the people see? I sat at a service where the pastor got up and he talked. And he talked about when they lay in the hands, and he said it was a demon in the woman, and he slapped her.
Whoa.
Slap me if you will.
Oh.
I'm gonna go blank. I'm gonna go blank, and I'm gonna be the.
I do think within the church, and especially the black church, that a lot of the leaders and are able to get away with some things in the name of God, especially when it comes to disrespecting, manipulating, control. I think they can get away and disrespect. I think they can get away with a whole lot of different things in the name of they are the Lord's anointed or operating under the anointing. I would have to agree with that. And we see that this is the second or third time that when he's reading or being mean or a bigot or biased or misogynistic, that he blames it on or says that he's anointed at the time to do it. I hate that he's doing that.
That is not, and see, you know something, I agree with you, because a lot of us go to churches, and especially smaller churches, where we might have just come into the knowing of Christ, and as you say, we want to respect you, but when you disrespect me, and I'm trying to hold it back, when you try to disrespect somebody because of what they wear, maybe they got blonde hair, or they dress is a little tight or something like that, and you don't know how to correct them, or you have a poor education, there's a way to talk to people.
Yeah.
There is a way. I tell people right away, I do not drink no Kool-Aid, so don't come telling me nothing. I don't want to hear it.
Right. Thank you so much.
I agree with you. You're welcome, baby.
Thank you so much. Yeah, the women are going off tonight. You go ahead. Caller in and then 6267. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Dr. Chris Lord from Brooklyn, New York. I just wanted to say that I think Stevenson is confounding the issues of sexual identity and sexual attraction. So in my own experience, I'm a transgender man, and right now I'm taking testosterone injections, for example. And, that causes my voice to become deeper and grow hair and so forth. But anyway, the thing about it is all my life, my sexual identity has changed, but my sexual attraction has always remained the same. I was always attracted to women. And so, but all throughout my life, my sexual identity changed. So when I was younger, before I came out of the closet, I saw myself as straight, that I would prefer men.
Right.
But I never went on a date with a man or never kissed a man or anything like that. But I always knew that I liked women. You see what I'm saying? And then by the time I was in high school, I started to notice myself liking women more and more, and even trying to talk to them, but still identifying as straight. Then finally, I went to all-female college, and I had some interactions with women, and kissing and things like that. And so then I started to see. But I still identified as straight. You understand what I'm trying to say? My identity didn't change until I got to my PhD working on that. And that's when I started to come out. That's when I came out the closet as lesbian, because I thought I was a woman attracted to women. And then finally, I understood that after I finally graduated my PhD, then I saw myself as I think it was right before I graduated my PhD. I saw myself as a guy attracted to women and transgender. So I just needed to change my body. But that was a process.
That is interesting. So because some folk because by me counseling a whole lot of years, I'm used to doing a whole lot of different things, and so my brain can calculate information quickly. So let me catch everybody up. He is a transgendered male. So that means that word trans means he's transitioning into a male. So originally she's female. So she was born a female. So when she was born a female, she identified as straight, meaning she liked men. Although She never dated a man, never kissed a man, or anything like that. Even after in college, after kissing the woman and all of that stuff, she still identified as straight. Then eventually she came out as a lesbian. But then after coming out as a lesbian, a woman that liked women, she realized then that really what it was, she identified herself as, she saw herself, she was really a male. Her body was female, but she was thinking and feeling like a male. So now she's transitioning into her male identity. So you're saying Matthew Stevenson is what you started your conversation off. You said that he has something about gender identity or sexual identity. What are you saying?
Well, I was saying he's confusing the issues of sexual identity and sexual attraction. So when he talks about, for example, if he's saying women should dress a certain type of way, and if they would dress a certain type of way, then they would attract certain men, and those men wouldn't be gay. But the thing about it is that the men are going to always have their same attraction. If a man loves men, he's going to always love men. You understand? He's always going to be romantically inclined to want to be with a man. And so it doesn't matter how a woman dresses. He's going to always want a man. He's going to always want to have sex with a man. He's always going to think about a man. He's always going to be masturbating to men. You understand what I'm trying to say? He's always going to be imagining men. Now, how he identifies may be straight. He may be identifying as straight, and that might be the confusion for Stevenson, because Stevenson is saying, hey, look at all these guys identifying as straight, but they're not with any women. Oh, man, maybe they're not with the women because the women are not looking great. I
got you. It took me a while. I got you. Y'all get it? Y'all get it? Y'all out there may not get it. And this thing, if you don't get it, you need to be able to get it. It don't matter how you believe, what you identify of, as what your preference is or what you like. You must be able to have a conversation and exchange with people that are different from you, or however you want to look at it. So I got it now. I get what you're saying. So this will stretch somebody's mind, because what you're saying in your world, from where you're looking with your lens, that Stevenson does not understand sexuality and does not understand that it does not matter how the other woman look or how they look. They are going to be who they are. So I get what you're saying. But what the other lens is saying, I actually think that the other lens may agree with that statement. You can't make a gay man straight by a woman looking like a great, feminine, beautiful woman. I do think that there's some people that are thinking that way. And then there probably is a third lens where people are like, okay, no, that could play a part in it. Clearly that's what he thinks. That if the woman would look more like a woman and more opposite of what a man is, or what the opposite of masculinity, or the opposite of whatever won't be found as sexually attractive, then that man will actually be attracted to her. So several different lenses. Thank you so much for calling in and contributing to our conversation.
No problem.
That's interesting. I like that. I like that. I like all kind of people, all kind of callers. Call in here and tell me what you think. I'm ready to take another call. I'm gonna take a few more of these, and then we're gonna be out. I got some pizza. Caller in and then 4103. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name is Darrell, and I'm calling from Buffalo, New York. And first, let me say I love your show. I watch it every chance I can get.
Thank you.
I just think that I just like some of the stuff that you be talking about, man. It be scaring me, because when I hear this stuff, I go to church. I've been raised in church all my life and stuff like that, and it just seemed like a very scary time that we are in. And I would like to know who was his covering? What is his backstory?
They say Apostle John Eckhart.
Because what he said is just so off. It's just so off to say that, because if you dress a certain way, that's going to make you a gay person change. And that's just off. It's just off. It's just so, it's like the Bible talk about, false prophets. Be careful. I mean, it's really, really scary. This guy is like, this is crazy. And I heard him preach in AIM, Church God in Christ, and he was good.
Mm-hmm.
He was good, what he said. He was good. And he had them tight pants on. And people were complaining about the tight pants. You know, he had a suit on. He looked nice, but he had them tight pants on. People were texting and on the internet saying they could see his growing and all this stuff like that because his
what
pants
now?
are too tight. His
what?
growing through his bulge through his pants.
So you meant groin.
Growing, yes.
Oh, okay. That's.
And it's just that's all I wanted to say. That I just think this is just a scary thing that.
Let me say this because you made that statement, and I've heard somebody else say that, and I understand. And when you say that it's a scary time, and I've heard somebody say that. And basically, what they were saying when they go to church and when they go see a preacher or a prophet, they really sort of want to feel like, okay, this person is from God, of God. Let me open my heart, and whatever they say and whatever they say God is saying, I'm just going to receive it because they're a man of God. And that is really how we've been sort of trained to think that's how it's supposed to be. But that time, first of all, we should have never been taught to not be critical in our thinking and to not ask questions. That's number one. Number two is.
I'm not saying that we shouldn't ask questions.
So what?
I'm not saying that we shouldn't be discerning of.
Okay.
I'm not saying that. I agree with what you're saying.
Okay.
I just think that I'm just using that as a word. It's just,
gotcha.
It's just a scary time. I understand what you're saying.
Gotcha.
But because my point is that as for a man to say that to women and to men, and these people are up under this ministry, what does that say about the mentality of the congregation?
I don't think there's a lot of critical thinkers around. I don't think there's a lot of
self-esteem has to be. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of critical thinking that is going on. I don't think there's much objectivity in most religions. I don't think so. Thank you so much for calling in. I'm gonna let you go. Thank you, though.
All right. You're welcome.
All right. Caller in at 8787. What's your name and where you're calling from?
This is Chris from Philly. How you doing, brother?
I'm all right.
All right, I just got two things to say. First off, I have observed Matthew Stevenson and his wife for a long time. I ain't never liked him. I think that he's a Memphis queen, and I think his wife's a bulldog. So I'm going to just say that.
Okay.
Now, on the other side, I'm going to say, we talking about plus-size women. I like plus-size women. Size ain't got nothing to do with attraction. You like what you like.
Okay.
And I tell you one thing about plus size women, brother, you know them things be nice and tight and juicy because them thighs bake like a slow roast. So he don't know what he missing. I'm just gonna say that and I'm gonna leave this thing alone.
All right, caller, I hear you now. I hear you. All right. Oh, that is hilarious. All right. Caller ending in 3813. 3813.
Hello,
what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey there.
What's going on? It's your sister Jessica. What's going on?
What up?
Hey, everybody out there in the comment section. A special shout out to the girl Jada that's in the comment section taking up for this crazy man. Listen, real quickly, everybody, listen and just hear me out, all right? I'm an advocate for the plus size community. I've been traveling. I've been. Not only do I travel, model, and we put events together to pretty much we counsel these women because y'all don't know what these women are going through spiritually. We teach them how to not pay attention to the bullying that takes place when you're out on a real big platform like that. You can't pay attention to the people because it's going to be negativity everywhere you turn. So you got to believe in yourself. So we teach them to believe in themselves, and a lot of them come in spiritual. Some of them come in leaning on others that are spiritual because they don't know how to be spiritual. Some of them are babes in Christ. So we're leading these young women because they're young women and they're plus size women, and they've been talked bad about and been told that they can't be nobody, Larry, all because of their size. Now, if I was to take one of them to one of his platforms where they're supposed to be meeting the Lord and they're a new babe in Christ, come on, let's have this discussion about being new babes in Christ. Nobody called in and talked about if somebody was a new babe in Christ and they wanted to seek, the face of God and know who God was. How can they find God in that? And they're coming to his platform and they're being chastised. You don't come on somebody's platform and chastise them. You don't do that. That's not the place. We must be sensitive in the spirit at any time that we are delivering God's message. We don't chastise the people of God when we get on God's platform. It's not about him. This is about God. Who, and I don't know who he think he is, but this is God's platform. It does not belong to him. Okay. Secondly, nobody's up here. Everybody wants to talk about his wife and how he is straight and all this kind of stuff. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I love the Lord and I won't take it back. And listen, let me tell y'all something. I'm in the life. I'm gay. All right. I am engaged to a female. Okay. I'm just letting y'all know now. Check this out. I have been around gay men all of my life, and he acts just like a shady queen. The shady queen I used to hang with all my life, because I have one in my life right now. And everybody that follows that same shady queen that's in my family he's a family member, and now is a girl, okay? He talks just like him and reminds me of him. He has the same characteristic. And let me tell you, Lord Jesus, please hold my God. Let me tell you, gay men, something in the church. Let me tell you, I don't like the F word, but you acting like it. There's a difference between gay men and a faggot. I'm just being honest. There's a difference between the two, and you're acting like one. All right, you're acting like the F word. I threw the F-bomb. I sure did, you faggot. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, faggot. Okay, since you want to talk about my plus-size women, since you want to come from my plus-size women, you're the big old fat S-word. Thank God. When I say Stevenson, you say faggot, okay? How about that? I'm very upset with this man. He have to say that, and he have to do that. I'm sensitive to them because I care about them, and I love them. Shout out to every single last plus-size woman in the whole entire world. Y'all have been sectioned to completely slay on his behalf. I'm done.
I hear you, and I understand. This is like the third caller upset. Thank you so much. And I get it. I mean, somebody tell me hang up on her. No, I mean, because we ain't going to do that. I mean, and let me tell you why. Because he called names. So, folk can call names back, I'm going to take 2 more calls and I'm out. Caller in at 3793. What's your name and where you calling from?
Oh, snap! I done got through. Larry Reid, how you doing?
What up?
Jobs calling.
I can't hear you. Speak a little clear. What you say now?
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay, yeah, man. I'm calling to speak on Matthew Stevenson, and I want to stick up for him by telling everybody in the chat section that Matthew Stevenson is a fool amongst fools. He's in a party not by himself. These preachers been out here doing the same thing he's been doing. The only thing we have right now is we have exposure. We got live stream. We have video cameras by our phones exposing this mess.
Yeah.
Now, what we need to go to the church of critical thinking. That's the church I'm a member of. Now, if we're going to come up under the body of Christ, we got to do so, but not lose our mind whenever we come up in the in between those doors.
True.
And sit down in the pulpit. We still have to have a way of intelligence about ourselves to realize that when this man speaks, he is not anointed, and he is speaking from his own disposition. And he's coming at these people. I believe that the most vulnerable are those people that really believe that they're in a place where they're going to receive some sight or some relationship with God under this. I think that those are the most vulnerable people. Now, I will say this. I agree that we do have overweight women in the church wearing too many weaves. Now, I know I'm going to get blasted for saying this, but I will give him that. But that was not the position to go ahead and promulgate that message. And he abused the authority that microphone gave him.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and leave it alone. Thanks for taking my call.
I agree with that. Thank you so very much. Yeah, I can. There's some things out that you can pull out of what he said, but yeah, it was. What you talking about? You said if you think that, get out the chat. Who you talking about?
Someone said you were the worst.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. All right. One last caller. Caller ending in 1779. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, Larry. My name is Russell, and I'm a supporter of the show. I'm calling from San Antonio, Texas. And I really was praying that I got this opportunity to say this. Larry, being that you are a man of God and that you have had your tenure in ministry, I think that you will be objective in what I'm about to say.
Okay.
So I would just like to say that is one clip out of, if I'm not mistaken, he was teaching The White Elephant. That was the series on sexual sin and immorality and all of that. He read everybody from the homosexuals to the straight people. He went for everybody's jugular. I'm saying during that time, he even came to San Antonio, Texas, to a local assembly here. And I'm a homosexual male. And I'm quite okay with that. I believe God can deliver. That just ain't my story. He ain't did it for me yet. So during the service, there was actually like jack messages, grinder messages going on with me, and I'm saying he called that out in the atmosphere. So I believe in the power of the prophetic that he's in. So, but I would just like to say that if we were to look back at videos of even you preaching in your tenure, because that right there was 2015, 16. He did AIM 2015. That was early 2016 when he came here. Yeah, and he had that blonde streak. And I'm saying you could see his print. His clothes was tight. Yeah, true, all of that. But if you were to listen to the whole series, he came for everybody. So my whole point is, if we would take one of your sermons from years back, even back when this dude had dreads, he was worse. If you take stuff out of context, you could have a whole conversation off something that was just a clip, but he came with a whole nother intent. You get what I'm saying? But we isolate this one. We can't do that. If we're going to grill it, let's grill it all, because he came for everybody.
Yeah. Well, that's the nature of the beast.
All.
That's the nature of the beast. I mean, it's the nature of the industry. That's what happens. And that's why I try to tell preachers all the time. Now, I'm going to say this. I am so glad that social media was not what it is today 20 years ago, because my first 5 years, maybe 6 years of being a pastor, I said some things, I said some mean things, even in my books. I have three books that's sitting up here: Let the Church Say Change, the Think book, and Fivefold Ministries Reference book. You grow as time go along. That's why I said opening this segment, I don't think he's going to remain the person that he is. I don't think he's going to stay doing this kind of job he's doing, because he just don't look the part. And when I say that, I'm not saying they got to look a certain kind of way, but I'm just saying he don't give me the vibe of someone who wants to stay doing this kind of job, because he likes to look too good. He likes to dress too good, and he has this certain kind of flair. And that, when it comes to what he's doing, at some point in time, those two things are, in my opinion, may have to part ways. That's my opinion, because people have told me that I can't do what I'm doing, and still go into churches and flip them and that kind of thing. They say I can't do it, but I'm doing it, so that's just my opinion. So I would say I'm glad, because me and another bishop that's well known, if I say his name, you will know him, had that same conversation, that some of this is because he's young. Some of this is because, a whole lot real quick. I think he only been pastoring like 10 years or 11 years or so. So this is a whole lot that's been put on his lap really quick, him and his wife. And he's sort of having it. He's under 40 years old. He's still going through his changes and stuff. So I agree with what you're saying, that if you would go back into some of the stuff that I have said, a minute that are watching, we would end up on Larry Live or on The Talk or on Wendy Williams. But that, I'm not excusing him, because all pastors, you pastor in 2018, need to know the nature of the time. And the nature of the beast is this: if you take 2 points or 2 seconds in your sermon to say something that will be offensive, misogynistic, full of bigotry and bias, in the pulpit in the church, it can easily get out into the world and you be grilled for the next week. This clip has 600,000 views, so it made the show.
But my question is, can we also take into account that this was the end of 2015, beginning of 2016 when this happened? Can we?
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Take that.
That was yesterday, though. We can take into consideration, but that was yesterday. That's
okay.
That was yesterday. That's too close. That was yesterday.
Okay.
You know, it had to be, if you would take something of mine, you gonna have to go back 10 years, 10, 12, 13 years. I mean, you know, that's too close. That's too recent. All right, thanks so much for calling in.
Thank you, Mr. Reid.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, and we are done. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you take a moment to text the word give to 404-800-4530. Don't you just be sitting here and just taking. Help us on out. Do at least $5 if you can, and just help us out. Tell everybody about the show. Share the link before you get off. Don't be ashamed, and let me know that you were watching Larry Live. Until next Monday, or until somebody do something that got us talking. What is it? No, we ain't got but one commercial this time because the other one, they had to walk yesterday. All right. Thank you so very much. Bye.
Support the growth of your favorite digital show with just a text. Support Larry Reid Live by texting GIVE to 404-800-4530. Text GIVE to 404-800-4530 today.